सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मीरारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। पूज्य माँ भगवती, पूज्य श्री अरविंद, you all seated here and those who are listening to this outside are all true children and genuine forerunners of the humanity. Today they are receiving, you are receiving the directives from the divine consciousness, that is the consciousness at present working, functioning, imparting its genuine impact on humanity, and you are the mediators for receiving this great and grand signal which can definitely make it possible for the world to witness new world. It's a Herculean task assigned to the mother by Sri Aurobindo. As per the biographical interchange between Mother the Divine and Sri Aurobindo, the supramentalized Lord Krishna. The mind of the cells is an exploring project on the part of the Divine Mother prior to the emergence of supramental world on this earth, instead of the evolutionary consequence of annihilation as per the scriptures, almost all scriptures of the world. The replacement of annihilation by transformation, replacement of holocaust by creation, and replacement of law of nature examined, verified and scrutinized, propounded in a progressive method by the law of gravitation propounded by Newton, the scientist. Religion, as we understand spirituality at microscopic level, is not blind faith. No religion whatsoever is based on blind faith. It is the practice of the truth of that religion by the followers create the impression of blind faith. Spirituality is the super science of consciousness, and now through the means of spirituality, that is through the means of yoga practiced by Mother and practiced by Sri Aurobindo, it is the divine that is manifesting itself, its own divinity, infinity and true and genuine reality into its manifestation further. So the evolution has been undertaken by the Divine Himself to replace annihilation and to present a real creation, infinite creation of eternity, and creation of para prakriti as per Vedanta and Srimad Bhagavat of Indian scriptures. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas is the manifested prakriti, manifested nature, including the law of gravitation and all different laws up till now explored as principles of science by all different scientists of the East and West. This is for the first time that the spirituality starts prevailing upon this truth in manifestation. Principles of science and the world of science is a true manifestation. Principles of science and the truth established by science governing the humanity is the right way of life, is the appropriate way of life. But our meddling intellect on the part of certain classes of the society, certain classes of the humanity, got the principal march of the truth on the field of this planet, on the surface of this planet, deviated, and with the result it became falsehood's governance. So the governance of falsehood, largely speaking, is to be replaced by the governance of truth. Governance of illusion is to be replaced by the governance of reality, and governance of truth is to be replaced by the governance of falsehood. Then and then only the governance of death can be replaced by the governance of immortality. And that is what Mother experiences here and declares her own inner progressive achievement to convince the representative disciple sitting before her to take note of her inner geometry that is being evolving, the inner geography that is being propounded, and the inner law of nature, that is the inner law of second nature, that is inner law of nature replacing the prakriti of sattva, rajas and tamas by the para prakriti of Satchidanand, para prakriti of Rutam Bruhat Satyam, para prakriti of Satyam Sivam Sundaram, and para prakriti, the trinity of the divinity, infinity and reality in utmost genuine and scientific way. When you return to this side, truly the ordinary state, the old state is the state of sattva, rajas and tamas. Old state is the state of mortality. Old state is the state of the so-called half understood reality. World as such, governed by this prakriti of sattva, rajas and tamas, is not falsehood, is not non-entity, is not unreality, but let it be the pedestal, how far imperfect it might be at present, but it must be, if completed, can be a true pedestal including mind, because mind is the peak of this prakriti at present, and that has to be the topmost point of antenna, topmost point of the receiver, topmost point of the receptive instrument, and whatever imperfect of prakriti or para prakriti we can see here on the planet of this earth, where evolution is to take place, and evolution that has up till now taken place has resulted into this prakriti. Whatsoever we feel might be imperfect, might be governed by falsehood, and might be governed by mortality, death, disease, suffering, massacre, half understanding, whatever it is. But let this Prakriti be so purified, let this Prakriti be so evolved, let this Prakriti be so governed under the new Prakriti, if this Prakriti is for the time being made stand still. So it is the stillness, it is the stability that is required individually, universally, and cosmically. Then from this point of stability, it is the supramental that can enter into our body individually. As individual sadhak, we are supposed to collaborate as per the mandate given to us by the mother. We also put this thought into practice through our antenna. Entire humanity also should do this through their antenna. If it is done so, well and good. If it is not done so, the Lord Kalki will bring everything in order. Lord Kalki in the form of supramental, Lord Kalki with the power of supramental, Lord Kalki with the stream of supramental, Lord Kalki with the divinity of supramental will impose it upon mortality, and mortality will have to be rooted out from the earth. Mortality will be rooted out from the humanity, and mortality will be replaced by the divinity that has already been descended down on the earth by Sri Aurobindo after being Lord Krishna to execute the same determinism, divine determinism, similar to Eko Ham Bahushyama, once upon a time, ages and kalpas and billions of years back. So this is the second return of Lord Jesus Christ. Lord Jesus Christ means Krishna consciousness. Lord Jesus Christ means divinity in toto in manifestation. Divinity in toto in the world of imperfection. Divinity in toto in the world of imperfect science, to make it a perfect science of consciousness. So the bridge is to be erected between two poles. What are the two poles? One pole is the pole of science, another pole is the pole of spirituality. So one pole is the pole of matter, another pole is the pole of spirit. One pole is the pole of humanity, another pole is the pole of divine, and one pole, that is the pole of mortality, another pole is the pole of immortality. So that reversal in executing this new mutation for mother is her experience at the last facet of her sadhana in human body at the present birth. When you return to this side, when you return to this another side, another bank of the river of consciousness, this is the beginning of the true and genuine science of consciousness that can change the evolution, then can accelerate the evolution to emerge in right scenario, to emerge in divine scenario, to emerge in peace, bliss, and truth. And this is truth, covering the entire span as such, covering the entire dome as such, covering the entire field of manifestation as such. If something is to be executed by an individual, will create the circumference for the entire visible world, for entire cosmos. Might be visible or might not be visible is our limitation, is the limitation of the atom, is not the limitation of the circumference vast. Truly, the ordinary state, the old state, this is the old state where we are living, but we are awaiting the another state. We are awaiting to be accelerated into right direction, side-tracking our mental consciousness, that is the highest peak of our Prakriti, of Sat Chit Anand. Truly, but in practice it appears to be Sattva, Rajas and Tamas to all of us. The old state is consciously death and pain, while in the other state, our Prakriti consequently gives us death and pain, that is traces of mortality, steps of mortality. The avenues of mortality, the compartmentalization of mortality, the separativity, ego, ignorance, class, conflict, clash, confrontation, war, bloodshed, inhumanity, animality, inertia. The grand total of all these things is mortality. Is mortality. Ultimately, it brings death, disease, distortion, discomfort, pain, plight, holocaust, accidents, and whatnot. If they are all to be replaced, the only and only solution that was to get direct touch, to get direct contact, to get hotline contact with our true and genuine antenna, that is our spirit, that is our soul, not our mind. And in order to make our mind apparently functioning mind, the right, appropriate, expert, efficient antenna to receive the divinity in toto is a bad need felt by the earth, felt by this humanity at this junction of time. And that is what Mother understood, that this is the thing, this is the thought, this is the principle, and this is the truth I am supposed to execute under the dimension, under the protection, and under the enlightenment of the supramental body of Sri Aurobindo, who as Lord Krishna, who as Lord Kalki, imparting this truth to me as his true and genuine disciple, companion, and Ardhanari Nateswar is to be formed, is to be reformed, is to be reformulated, is to be remolded on this earth, how far imperfect it might be. While in the other state, death and pain appear absolutely unreal, where if it is this new experiment is launched, if divine experiment as such of in existence is launched, then death and pain will be absolutely unreal to us. Our senses will be changed, our organs will be changed, our cells will be changed, our perceptions will be changed, and whatever old we have been practicing as our dead and half habits, dead and untrue habits, dead and habits of the falsehood will be changed into light divine, into life divine, and into infinite divine. Here we are. This is the point where we are at present. This is the point where we are at present, standing at the evolutionary stage. So our mind is also standing at this stage, our body is also standing at this stage, and the spirit that makes our body alive and spirit that gives and offers experience of divine to our cells and body stands. Satprem took the vibrations being imparted constantly by the mother from her ever voicing cells. Whatever voice that takes place inside the mother's body, the geometry is being changed, the inside diagram is being changed. The inside diagram of Leonardo da Vinci's Vitruvian Man is being established into the body of the mother. Where Leonardo da Vinci's psychic left out his vision, his work, his karma yoga, his assignment. Now mother is in this birth to get it accomplished totally and visibly on the plane of this earth. That is the blueprint of life divine, and that is being architectured within her own body. And what type of architecture it is? And in Savitri, Sri Aurobindo proclaims architect of immortality. Mother became the very first architect of immortality to prepare the blueprint within, and Satprem is made blessedly the eyewitness to what is going on inside the mother, and is the true and genuine receiver. The mind of Satprem has become the highest antenna at that time to receive the direct signal and message from the divine. Satprem notes, it would seem that at the threshold of the body, at the point where that primal mind messes with bodily matter, this is the mind, human mind, that has to be reset, that has to be set right, that has to be so set that as radio's meter, we might be knowing, and we must have noted, you people also must have noted, unless and until the meter of the radio is well set on the right meter, then only we can get ourselves connected with the right radio station. So right radio station is the divine above, right radio station is Shiv Shakti above, right radio station is divine truth consciousness in totality Om Tat Sat above, has to be rightly brought down on the earth. Our meter is to be well set, appropriately set, rightly set, and Satprem is made to set his meter in such a way that the inner geometry, that is the upper geometry, inner reality is the upper reality, inner truthfulness is upper truthfulness, inner infinity, inner divinity and inner truth consciousness is all in the upper world, has to be brought down in toto through the bridge of supramental at the level of the cells of the human body of the mother. So mother has to live two worlds at a time, the world of divine and the world of mortals, the world of mortality on earth and the world of divinity above. And she has been the true and genuine bridge, and all the cells have been so drawn, all the cells of the body have been so set that it has become well set radio instrument, well set radio set to receive the only and only one divine station from above, and the right message without any error, right message without any fault, right message without any false vibration, received and immediately implemented in her body, because it's a very short time available to the mother also to be alive in this human body and to accomplish the divine work in toto on the earth, that is to bring down and to make it visible the new vibration, the new acceleration and the new scenario of life divine on the earth. So it is the perfection on the part of the mother. For the first time in human body, the totality of divinity is to be manifested. Such an architecture has been created within the body of the mother through this mind of cells. Where the primal mind messes with bodily matter and trembles and contracts. That mind, bodily matters mind, our functioning mind, getting itself contracted, getting itself small, getting itself silent, getting itself forcibly silent, getting itself forcibly at one location, getting itself forcibly sidetracked, that is mindless space. In order to create a room, in order to make the bridge operative, in order to make the bridge for the common mass to trade. Whatever sort of minds they possess, but still if they start crossing over the bridge, they will definitely reach the stage beyond, they will definitely reach the world on the other side, that is the world of the divine, that is the world of immortality. Like Parkinson's disease, where it mingles with the very world of the electrons in their ceaseless movement. All cells are in ceaseless movement like Parkinson, without any mental control, because mind has become totally silent. So mind is not in a position to operate the cells, mind is not in a position to operate the organs, mind is in a absolutely silent, inoperative position. It is as good as half dead. Just for understanding, half dead is not appropriate word. It is so silent, it is so inert that it can do nothing, and mind is made inoperative to create the bridge operative for the entire humanity. Ceaseless movement, and with them forms a solid wall, and with them forms a solid wall. Some kind of reversal takes place. See, there is some kind of reversal that has taken place. The present Prakriti of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas had to be changed into Satchidanand, and the beginning has already executed by the mother with the very first architect of immortality within herself. By awakening almost all mind of the cells, this new blueprint, as Leonardo da Vinci envisaged in his previous, Sri Aurobindo envisaged in his previous birth as Leonardo da Vinci, the diagram of Virtuvian man, similar to the Overman of Georges van Rekha, and that has been reformed, that has been created within the body of the mother. That is the creation of the new world. It is not the creation of one body, but it is the creation of the whole new world, because new light has been assimilated. The new light of supramental has been assimilated with the mind of light, with the mind of cells, and the new light is so created, new consciousness is so created, and new time is also so created that the time can be replaced by the timeless, and timeless is immortality. Vibrations of overwhelming speed in perfect immobility, perfect immobility, from where the entire Prakriti can be reversed. The cycle of the mortality is to be stopped, so it has to be stopped for a while, and stopped for a while is the genuine immobility to create room from divine to enter into our individuality. Virat to enter into our individuality. Virat Krishna of 11th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita has to enter into the Sarthi, the individualized Virat in the form of Lord Krishna before Arjun. So the same scenario, has been second time created, where mother is total divinity and Satprem is total humanity, are on equal frequency, scientifically speaking, are on equal wavelength, where message is directly received by the antenna of the human mind of the mother but kept aside, and cells, the mind of the light, got the real receptivity and started executing the new design, started executing the new scenario, started executing the new architecture of life divine within her body. And that mother proves for the first time one man's perfection still can save the world. So this is one man's perfection which can save the world from mortality, and which will impose, which will bring to them, which will bring to the new humanity the true and genuine science of immortality. That is the science of Om Tat Sat, that is the science of psychic, that is the science of consciousness, and that is the science of timeless and mindless space, being an instrument to operate this new Prakriti, operate this divine matter, to operate this divine reality, as Satprem in another book of his own says, divine materialism. All the cells so operating, made so operating, that it appears to be a divine materialism, divine matter in this old matter of the old aged body of the mother. But that perfection has been received by making physical mind as such operative, not the physical mind of the flesh and bone, not the physical mind that is at the peak of our evolution, the physical mind as mind of light, physical mind as mind of cells, hidden at cellular level, has to be reformed, has to be redrafted, has to be redesigned, and that design was completed in this birth by the mother, as per the mandate given to the mother, that we are meant for supramental world, not for over mental world of Krishna consciousness only. And that was the sadhana here launched completely as the part of, as the companion of Krishna consciousness in toto. Radha became Aradhika and had completed this new architecture within her body. Vibrations of overwhelming speed, and that too with overwhelming speed. Now no delay, no ages are required, no need to prolong this Kali Yuga anymore. It is concluded, ended in perfect immobility. It is like going from Newtonian, it is like going from Newtonian physics, laws of gravitation, to integralistic physics. Newtonian physics of old definition of nature, as prevalent up till now as truth, has been replaced by the new physics of consciousness, new physics of immortality, new physics of new mass and new velocity. New velocity is infinity, and new physics that will be pinpointedly indicated at present by our present science in Higgs boson will have to be still enhanced, and will be enhanced hereafter, because the Prakriti started responding to the mind of the scientist who will come tomorrow, and they will go still further to the level of consciousness being the source of anything and everything, visible or non-visible, visible or invisible, reality or non-entity, whatever will it type of relativity will be there on the planet of the earth, will have to be changed, will have to be transformed into this new matter. Matter will be also so conscious that it can start revealing the face of the hidden spirit. Up till now, that hidden spirit is there within the cells, that will be made visible to even incompetent people, incompetent minds of the mass, it will be visible to them, and people, humanity in general, though living at this level, will have to be experienced, will have to experience this new boon of supramental concretely, as concrete as the truth of the physics, or perhaps even to a new physics. See, perhaps to a new physics. This is the new physics of consciousness, over and above the physics of Stephen Hawking's. Timeless, above the physics of brief history of time of Stephen Hawking's. So it is a new science of consciousness that will be executed by the mother in her body, first at the level of perfection, total truthfulness, truth consciousness in totality, that is just brought down on the cellular pattern newly remolded within her body by the mother. At any time at all, if I stop talking or listening or working, it's like great blissful wings as big as the world. I feel that I have got wings. I am not walking. It seems that the acceleration is so powerful, it exceeds all limits of speed. My sail exceeds all apparent limits of velocity, and now my velocity is the new velocity of new relativity, which is to be established through the bridge of my body, new body in this mortal world. Great blissful wings as big as the world. Beating slowly, there is an impression of immense wings, not two, they are all around and extend everywhere. I can move everywhere. Omnipotence reality, omnipresent reality, omniscient reality, her sails and the new patterns of her sail, bringing the appearance of new body, has been completed. There is no longer a sense of time. In me there is no longer a sense of time, that is mother says, as if another time has come into this one. Another time has come into my body. The governance of time stops and the governance of timeless starts. Another physics has come into matter, as if another physics has come down in the matter, that is one man's perfection. And now next chapter, chapter number 7, is the new physics. We'll take it tomorrow.